is you're reading a book right now. What's the name of that book?
10 times is easier than 2 times.
Okay. And give us the Cliff Notes version of so far when you got the book. And you're not done with the book. You're halfway through it.
Still reading. I've already implemented some things from the book. But 10 times is easier than 2 times essentially is saying that you got to focus on the 20% of your business that you enjoy, that is profitable, which is usually one and the same. And you either have to delegate or get rid of the other 80%. Right. And that's what I've, to be honest, 22 years, this book is a great book because I'm going to bring in my son to my business and he's going to do my 80%. I'm going to only focus on that top 20%. And so essentially what I do, I just got 80% of my time back immediately. So that's the basic gist of the book.
And your son's in finance.
He's got a degree in finance. He's got a degree in coding.
Mm-hmm.
And all he said is, that only taught me I hate coding. And then he got a 2 years degree in finance. And then I didn't really think he was interested. I said, would you want to work for me and eventually with me? And he's like, absolutely. I'll move today. So
that's awesome.
That's going to be huge.
That's not only is that awesome on many levels, but you get to work with family, get to work with your son, give them a handout and a leg up. And frankly, in our environment, getting a leg up, that's very difficult these days. I mean, good luck trying to buy a house in San Diego if your parents aren't going to help you.
Yeah, 100%. It's expensive out here. It's a little cheaper in Arkansas.
A little cheaper.
About 1/4 the price.
But, he gets to move from Florida, has a position, and he has a love for it. I mean, he went to finance.
He does.
It's not like he went to school to be a gamer. And then all of a sudden, magically, you're like, you're doing finance. And he's like, Dad.
Right. Right.
No, he's already stoked.
Yeah, finance is good. It's much more of a people business, what we do, than finances. I think that's going to be a struggle for him. Because he does love the numbers. You give him Excel spreadsheet, he just eats it up. But most of the time you're talking to people, trying to figure out what's important to them, going from there.
Now, we had to tell the story of you and I when we started talking about finance with me, because this is sad, and I got to bring this to light here because, I'm not all knowing of everything here. So you and me asked, he said, Aaron, you asked the question, he said, how much money do you think you need to give me where I can write you $1 million check every year? And you're pretty much going to live off the interest.
Right. Just live off of it.
And I said like 35, 40 million.
Mm-hmm.
And you looked at me and you're like, are you stupid?
I said, you are the stupidest smart person I've ever met. Yeah. 20 million.
Yeah. 18, 20 million.
Yeah.
So then you and me, we got online, our, Google Meet or whatever. And you're like, all right, let's map out 15 million 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You gave me $15 million 30 years ago. Where would you be at right now?
Yeah. Plug those in.
And we plugged it in and the economy did really good in those 30 years overall. And I think when it was all said and done, I had gotten 800,000 for the first 2 years, over $1 million every other year. And my stockpile of money was not at 15 million. It was like at 28 million.
Right.
So
left.
That was, left. Mm-hmm. So we are not only living high, but having a great life, but at the same time, my nest egg's growing more.
Right.
So when you pointed that out to me, it rearranged everything immediately for me because I was so done with numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I had to work my butt off till I had, $40 million. And I said, okay, now I can live comfortably.
Right.
If I want to go buy a plane, I can go buy a plane. We're talking a little Cessna. I'm not talking a Learjet. I don't need that crap.
Right.
But just, a little Cessna plane to go putt around from time to time on. And I didn't know that. And when you pointed that out to me, I instantly went, holy crap. Retirement is close, way closer than I thought. I'm 5 years out. Right. I could retire and be done. And I would never retire. We all know this. It'd take me about a week and I'd lose my shit and I'd go start another company.
Something. Yeah.
Yeah. But what we talk about is we get our time back.
Mm-hmm.
You'd build something where if I don't want to do that today, I don't have to.
Right.
You get our time back.
That's the secret to happiness. Being able to do what you want, when you want, as long as you want, with who you want.
Yeah.
Happiness will always boil down to those 4 things. Maybe you want to surround yourself by people. Maybe you just want one friend. Maybe you want to be by yourself. But what you want, when you want, as long as you want, with who you want.
That right there is kind of an eye turner because I tell you what, when I was younger, I was a workaholic. I turned 16, 40 hours plus a week.
Right.
And I just workaholic and I just knew how to grind. I knew I could outgrind anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Will Smith said it best when he goes, if you get on a treadmill next to me, only 2 things are going to happen. I'm going to still be on the treadmill when you leave, or I'm going to die on that treadmill.
Right.
That's the only 2 things. And I looked at that. I'm like, yep.
Yep.
I can grind. But grinding's not really the smartest way to get there. That's like running really hard, but you're running in a circle.
Right.
It's not the best move.
Yeah. I've always been a grinder, but that's why I'm so excited about this book. And, we joined the society, and I remember one of the things that they said was, if you're in, and I probably have to have this cleaned up, right? But if you're the smartest, strongest, fastest, richest guy in the room, you're in the wrong room. And that's what I noticed. But the other thing I noticed about a lot of guys like you who are moving to company to company to company is the knowledge on investing, like what I do, is very low. And I think I figured it out. I think I know why. Because you can't control investing. Because you give me a check and I'll take care of it.
Yeah.
But most people like you, they need to understand it, figure it out, and then they can master it and go on. They can't master the market. You know what I mean? You can diversify and rebalance and things like that, but you can't master it and know what's going to happen next. That's called being clairvoyant, and nobody's clairvoyant. That's the first lesson you always got to learn in investing. But I think I was thinking about that last night, actually. This is why they don't like it, because they can't control it.